arsenal sick. I can show you a few tours, no playground shit. Even though we them kush boys, the money grown up.
I wanted to go into how, as a league owner, you go about organizing and putting together the event itself, the card. So, in the recaps, because I'll be honest with you, I haven't been to a battle event in quite a while. I mean, I used to actually shoot them, so I've seen the structure of them, but these were when, you know, it was a come-up situation. So you're not dealing with a lot of the major faces and so on and so forth that you deal with on these bigger productions, even a production on a level where you're at. But what you tend to see when the card is put together, you have undercard, 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 and as you build up the undercards, then you get to your main event. How do you decide to structure your event, and do you feel like that's something that should remain consistent? Because basically a battle rap card to me plays out the way a boxing pay-per-view does. But what I often wind up hearing is that, like for instance, Summer Madness, Mook and Solomon, by the time those two guys got on stage, the crowd was tired. So the feedback and the energy that the crowd had wouldn't have been the same had that been a battle that maybe was pushed a little bit earlier. Maybe not?
I see your point.
Okay. Do you feel like that's something to consider when you are basically setting up for there to be that big of a battle at the end of your card, to like maybe arrange it so that sometimes the card doesn't always play out the way everyone else's does?
You know what? It's something to consider, but at the same time, RBE will probably still stay conventional in that matter. Yeah, you have a lot of cards where, you know what I'm saying, it's a long night, and by the time you get to the main event, you know what I'm saying, you're just tired, they don't get the crowd reaction that they may have given to the first fucking battle that was 2 no-names or whatever. It is what it is. Some of that comes down to time management, and I'm not gonna claim to be a pro at time management either, because we could have our next card run all fucking night. I just finished booking my venue for 2 hours longer than I had on the first card, and expecting that this card is gonna run long. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's based on what you're giving them during the intermission, what the venue and what the space is set up like. Is it an intimate setting? You know what I'm saying? You have a million motherfuckers in there. Why did you keep it a smaller event? You know what I mean? Like, is there food in there? Is it a relaxed environment? Are there places to sit down? Is the temperature right? All that shit plays a part. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I do feel that the main event battles of the card deserve to be last. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned boxing. I'm a big boxing fan too. I don't want to see Mayweather versus Pacquiao happening, you know what I'm saying, before a fucking undercard that's on that shit. You know what I mean? When you build up the momentum and the hype, it's supposed to build up within the fans too. Yeah, niggas might get tired and all that shit, but nah, you know what I mean? That's how we put these cards together strategically, so we can build it up and we can enjoy it more and more and more, because the level of talent and the level of that artist in the industry gets bigger and bigger and bigger through the card. So that's tactical. It's common, but it's tactical. You just need the fucking fans to bear out through the night, you know what I mean, and try to keep that energy up, you know what I mean? It's just part of what it is. Either that or we could do fucking 2 battle cards. And I don't think y'all want this shit. Okay,
So y'all fans be, you know, make sure you have your energy drinks.
Word up.
You mentioned that, like you said, that you attend the minor, the major events in general, just out of love for the culture. Like, having done that, one as a fan and now as a league owner, what things have you picked up on that have allowed you to basically make the structure of your events, I guess, be more ideal or more likable?
I haven't taken anything from an event and brought it to an idea for RBE yet that I've learned or that I've seen since I've become an RBE owner or a league owner. But at the same time, I think some of that is because I was already so observant as a fan. A lot of the things that are now coming to the public's awareness, like things like, you know, time limits, or if there's no food in the venue, or how the cameras was done, or the quality of the footage and the audio. You know, I guess it maybe just the type of fan I was prior to being a league owner. I already paid attention to all that type of shit. So we already had a lot of those type of thoughts as we're putting together RBE events. I mean, I'm not trying to say that we can't learn nothing new. We learn something new every day. You know what I mean? But I haven't learned anything new. Actually, I've seen a lot of things done at events since we created RBE that I would love to reach out to people and give them advice on. You know what I mean? But the only reason why I hold back on that is because, once again, motherfuckers be sensitive. But they be having these egos, or they be hating and shit. And I do see some things that I would love
competitive spirit, or that's just
no, it's not the competitive spirit at all, because we're not here to compete. You know, you'd be surprised after this first card alone. You know, you got people, you know, common fans that'll tweet you and say shit like, yo, you released all these URLs to step they game, and they mention you and other leagues in the same breath. And what fans do is they start pitting those people against each other, creating a competition that doesn't need to be there. And I mean, I said it before and I'll say it again. I've always supported leagues like, let's say, URL. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find a bunch of fans. Find me 5 more fans that have spent more money with URL than I have. If I ain't a fan, then what the fuck is? I'm putting money in their pocket to the point where when there was a little league, you know what I'm saying, to the point where they're now able to do these big shows. It's people like me that have paid and helped them build up their company financially. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like, I'll never look at ourselves and feel the need to compete. Competition is going to happen by nature because we're all in the same business, we're in the same lane. And I think also when you're a bigger league, looking at somebody like